Welcome to the Weekly InSalt, episode 287.
287.
Right? 287.
Yeah.
Yeah. My name is Wade. I'm
is
here
Wade.
with Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My name is Laura.
I don't know. Maybe we need to come up with a nickname for you.
For me, Low.
Yeah.
Low.
Yeah.
It's my childhood
That's
nickname.
fine. I was just trying to figure out who's breathing. Were you breathing crazy in the microphone?
That's Zach.
Was Zach? Okay. Zach. I'm also here with Kurt.
I am here.
Hey, Kurt.
And then Jackie. Jackie's here. You know Jackie from the previous episode 260.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah.
And Zach, you were from back in the day, episode like 120. You said.
Old
I'm taking your word for it.
Pretty sure that was it.
Of the greatest episodes I think we've done. Mm-hmm. Jackie, the episode where you read my tarot cards, I've gotten so much feedback for. And the numbers prove that people are really interested in hearing about that.
Yeah.
I got like really weird questions like, oh yeah, when she said this about your tarot card reading, what did you think? I don't know. I kind of feel like that was between me and Jackie.
All about it. Yeah, you're like, I don't want to tell you.
Yeah,
that's
if you
private.
want your cards read and you guys want to have that experience, you talk to Jackie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
But on a lighter note, we got to get started with something easy. You got to ease everybody into it.
Okay.
My voice is kind of weird because I feel like I haven't been 100% the last few days. I don't know. Went to the periodontist. Got all the things numbed up and everything, and I don't know, haven't been the same.
All the teeth things done.
Yeah, but even that, in the meantime, we've got... I said I wasn't going to bring it up, but I might. There's a guy that recently got arrested for trying to cross the Atlantic in a floating hamster wheel.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you guys see
I'm
that?
super sad he didn't make it.
I mean...
Like, God, like, what a extraordinary attempt.
I
Like,
think it's a great idea. It had paddles on it, right? He was trying to run.
I think it's a horrible idea, but I would have loved to see it make it.
The problem
was, defeat all odds.
The problem was that he was paddling into a hurricane.
Right.
And he didn't know it, so the Coast Guard was like...
season, man. No cruises.
The creek with no paddle. Yeah.
The Coast Guard told him, "Hey man, you're paddling into a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
We can't let you stay in your hamster wheel." And
Was he like running in it?
Yeah, he was running in it.
Oh
Nobody
my gosh,
can see me
what a
doing
sight
this,
to
but-
see. Nobody'd believe you. They're like, wait, what were you doing on the beach?
Exactly what Laura was just doing. You did a great...
A hamster run.
That's how I like to picture it. Me too. Love your hamster run.
Thank you.
You guys obviously don't run very much.
That's
At
how
all.
you'd run if you were a hamster. Like,
That's why we have Jackie here.
Oh, yeah.
She's very good at putting her own energy into another being. You might be a modern day druid.
You
honestly.
might be.
well, I mean, that would be quite an honor. Like,
I don't have any power to bestow that upon
well,
you.
no, but I'm saying,
Do I?
like, to even be considered that if you do research and studies on druids and other masters that come before, it is reaching a higher standpoint of living and a oneness of understanding with the universe and peace.
So to the listener, if you haven't heard the last episode with Jackie, you are into tarot cards and readings, and I'm going to butcher
Reiki?
it. Reiki?
Reiki?
I don't even say it right, and I'm the master. So,
And I've told you this on the last
It's
show.
Japanese, you know.
I'm skeptical of the whole thing.
yeah.
And you read my cards, and I'm like, okay, there's some truth there that definitely resonated with me.
yeah.
But I'm still like skeptical in a certain sense. For example, you want to cleanse the room.
Yes, I do.
At
I
some
would love
point.
to. I like to clear the energy and be able to bring in the new energy.
When you say
guides.
energy, what do you mean? Is it just
so
like...
energy is everything. Like, we are all energy. Everything, if you bring it down to a quantum level, is not like, it's nothing solid. Like, nothing really truly is
It's not
real.
tangible?
It's not tangible. Perfect. Yes.
So what's your
we're
process to
energy.
cleaning a room?
There's many processes, and I mix it up, and I do different things for. I mean, first of the month, you want to cinnamon by your door, blow cinnamon for abundance, prosperity, and financial gain.
I'm
Today-
getting me some cinnamon.
You probably have
We
some in
could-
your
I
pantry.
do,
right
Laura.
now,
We
you know?
could do some first of the month spells together. I
Okay.
would love to show you. and it's not even just spells, it's sending that energy out and manifesting that thought. So everything that's created it starts off as a thought. It's nothing real until you put in those actions to make it real. It's manifesting those possibilities.
So I recently went on a road trip. I went up to Montana, and while I was there, I went to a lot of gift shops. A lot of those gift shops had rocks in them, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, you see it outside of St. George or whatever. There's a little rock place I'm going to walk into, and I saw these smudge sticks. And I was like, what? I'm like, this seems like some ghost hunter shit.
There's a shop in Sugar House that sells those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this thing, it's used all the time, right? What does a smudge stick do?
Well, it is. And it's also, so all those things actually wrap into each other. And it's a study that you continue to study. And once you answer the 100 questions that you were looking for, you have 1,000 more. Yeah. It's a never ending study that wraps through science, math, religion, ancient history, teachings, poltergeist, like you were saying, because part of negative energy and what it is, yes, it's also considered a demon. It's negative, foul energy. Those are demons, and however you perceive it, just like people have different perceptions of what God would be, universe. We've got people that think that, nothing ever happens after this, but then you could think, if you think that way, then nothing ever happened before to make this, and none of this exists.
Yeah, one thing I think you told me last time you were on the show is that people have to be in tune with energy, right?
But we all are.
Yeah, but people are different levels of practice to that. For me, I'm a very low level. I don't feel energy. I don't think ghosts are going to come get me in the middle of the night. Although I have had moments where I'm like, I feel like something's watching me. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, maybe that's anxiety.
Or something's talked in my ear.
Or like any Ghost Hunters episode, I'm like, that's just a steam pipe, even though I don't have steam in my house.
Well, they play those things out. And perception definitely is key.
But there are people that can be more in tune with energy than some other person, right? I don't know how to install insulation, but I'm sure somebody's pretty in tune with that.
Because everybody has a unique gift and interprets it and does it differently. You could be doing the same job as somebody else, but the way you perform the action and get it done equivalent to the other person is completely different. Everything, the way you perceive, the way you act upon it, and what you do is completely different. We're all co-creators in this universe, creating this. So it's all our perceptions. We're not really even just living here all together. We're living from our perception in our mind.
So is it fair to compare energy to ghost stories?
Well, it would be one of the same, because ghosts and energy, paranormal activity,
that feeling,
all those things, and even a lot of science-based things also go down to an occult level, and it goes down to a religious level.
Sure.
And
because we don't understand it really.
Right. Well, and that's what it is. And a lot of people, it's the misinterpretation, because it is coded and it can mean something also that is completely spiritual, but they're speaking of the story as it physically happened, but it's a metaphor. And then some of these stories really did happen. Mm-hmm. And it's confusion. What it is everybody's suffering from mass confusion.
Kurt, do you have a ghost story that you can recall?
A ghost story?
Do you believe in ghosts, first of all?
I don't think they're ghosts, I have to say.
Well, what are they?
I think they're...
There's different types.
Say spirits, but I'm not sure that's the right word either.
Well, I mean, they're all a form of energy and spirits. So, yeah. And they're all about the same thing. And that's where I go back to the energy. Is because they're a form of energy that we all see, whether you're crazy or not, but it's there.
But I think that's important, though, is I think we all have an experience that we can share about, something something weird that happened. It doesn't mean that it's a ghost.
But I can't really think of anything right now. I'm working on it.
Don't want to open up that vault. Man.
That means he must have had a really bad experience.
I used to have a lot of really bad experiences and see some things, even as a child, where questioning myself and just knowing 100% I was awake, but that was there, and feeling energy.
Has anybody else have you ever had this, Laura?
Yeah, many times. Yeah.
See, and Laura does have strong energy.
I've felt things, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I felt a presence. I've actually heard somebody talking in my ear. I've had people visit me
the
in
other
my dreams.
day when we were at the bar and the light turned off, who was all sitting there? There wasn't many of us, but we all looked. Nobody touched it, and it turned itself off.
Oh, I turned that off.
You were not there.
You weren't there.
Are you sure?
Well, you were there, but you weren't behind the bar.
He was there in spirit.
Sounds like an electrical problem, along with the other
But
problems.
like even when you were saying earlier about your dream, and that's a gift. Like I don't remember a lot of my dreams,
I don't either.
and I will get certain messages in dreams every once in a while, not knowing. Like I will be in a dream and at some place and remember everything around me, and then maybe weeks, months, forget about the dream completely until I'm at that place and I'm like, and it triggers back that I had that dream, almost like deja vu.
Yeah. I've thought about that dream for every day since I've had it. So it's like
It has
it
a
happened
message for
yesterday.
you that you need to figure out,
Do you
and it will
truly
keep coming
believe
back.
that, Laura? I have to ask, do you believe that you had that dream for
It was
a
very
reason?
vivid, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've had vivid dreams too, but
And
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I was building a submarine or something.
But you never contemplated the reason on
Why you gotta
why
Sorry.
the interpretation on your dream. You never woke up and thought like, why
No,
the
I've
hell
thought-
would I
yeah.
have this dream?
I think that's normal when you have a vivid dream to wake up and think, because it feels real, right? And you felt the emotions of that dream. You felt that you've spoken to people in that dream, or you've had that experience. And
you
when you wake up, it's
feel-
normal to question.
And you have genuine emotion and feeling towards those dreams. And the same thing, it's energy.
yeah.
That's what you're doing on a daily basis, just at a lower frequency when you're awake.
Yeah.
And when you're asleep, you have access to lower realms or higher realms and dimensions. And it does have a meaning. Like everything you're thinking there, it's twisted in it, because also some things that you're working through, like you don't want to face anyway.
Yeah.
And
pretty
it's
much the
coming
dream that
forth.
I had.
Yeah, well, and it's coming forth in different messages, and it comes forth.
Oh, I
in
got the
different
message.
people.
I just didn't like it, and I'm not sure.
You're like, I
understand
don't.
it yet.
It's because you haven't accepted it
Yeah.
yet. Because acceptance is a big thing.
Yeah,
like,
thanks, Mom.
Do you
yeah,
want to
well,
share
I
what
feel
your
that.
story, Laura, with the
Well,
audience? Just a synopsis of it?
Sure. I'm going through like a little bit of struggle with a situation that I'm having, and the person that I always went to for advice and answers was my mom, and she's passed away.
I totally understand.
And so she came to me in a dream, and I was asking her for advice, and she basically told me, you know what, Laura, whatever happens is going to happen. Didn't give me the advice that I wanted at all.
But she did in
Yeah.
a way, because
I know she did.
you're strong, and it is like whatever happens is going to happen, because
Oh.
what's meant for you is always going to be yours,
You know
and
what?
what's
I was
not
mad
meant for you
days after
is
that
going to
dream.
find a way out.
I'm like, that is not what I asked.
But I've heard when you're dreaming too that your subconscious kicks in, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
now it's something that you've been worried about for a while, and you're probably asleep thinking about that the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So you create a dream based on what you're thinking to kind of bring you back. You're like, your brain isn't making logic for you to make anything better or worse. You're just thinking through the situation.
Yeah.
And so,
It's like, it was
Yeah.
a what should I do question, and I didn't
Yeah.
really get an answer.
yeah, you know how when, if you've ever been a smoker before, you're like, I can't figure this out. I just need to go take a smoke break. And then you walk out there and you're like, got
And it
it.
clicks.
I got it. I just needed to step away. Maybe that's the subconscious.
Maybe.
But I totally believe that there is different energy out there. I mean, I don't know. Whenever you get in a situation where it's like there's nowhere left to go, you're backed in a corner. For me, raised Mormon, I'll pray. I'll be like, somebody fucking help me. I don't know what it is, but
Well,
I
it's
can't do this
this-
anymore.
Yeah.
Any
You know what I-
religion is always a
Help me,
base.
Tom Cruise. Help me, Richard Leonard.
Oh god.
Praying is a form of communication,
Yeah.
and it's also like a form of meditation. So,
Yeah.
but when you pray, you're speaking to God. When you meditate, you're listening. And if you don't do both, then there's that question still, because you have to practice both. Like, you can't just talk to him and not listen. And
I mean, that's fair.
that's what it is. Well, because this world is based off of duality. So even if we're not talking, well, even if we were, though, heaven, hell, he, she, right, wrong, black, white, like everything is based off of a dual cause, and that is the natural form and creation of this universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you're talking about energy, you want to cleanse the room.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do? Does that just kind of reset the energy in the room? It kind of makes it like neutral, or is it like
it
cleaning
cleanses the negative energy? And then I want to bless and cleanse each one of you to help release, if you're willing to accept that energy, to help release the energy that is around you and giving you blockages to the things that you're trying to accomplish. That way you can have clearer thoughts and ideas. So I'm going to infuse kind of with Reiki as well. So it's going to be a deeper blessing than I did the last time.
This is probably a horrible moment to make a joke.
Okay. Oh, I hope you do.
But I wanted to approach you and be like, how good is your Jamaican accent? Because I want you to be honest. Because remember last episode you were on, we played that at the break.
Oh, I do. That's hilarious.
We need to get you your own hotline. I think that's it.
Oh, gosh. I hate being on the phone. That's why I never answer it. I hate being on the phone.
So last time you read my cards, I think that it was intriguing to a lot of the listeners because it got kind of personal, and it's things we didn't get too deep. We had a half an hour to do that, and it takes some time. But it definitely had. I'm a skeptic, but it definitely showed that there are some things that made me think, and I think that's important. It's thinking about, I don't know what I think about this, but the fact that you told me a different opinion on something that you don't even know I'm thinking about. Yeah,
and you've never disclosed or anything. You kept it to yourself, which it is. Like I've said, reads are personal, and sometimes it's like picking up stuff that you weren't even focused on that are like behind what you were like dead focused on, that it's just picking up on these different areas, and it's like sometimes I don't know where it's going to go, but I don't expect somebody to be like, oh, because of this, and elaborate, because it's personal.
Who's had their cards read? I have. Kurt, you have, right?
Yeah.
I think you were very adamant about last show that you're like, we're not talking about my cards being read.
Well,
which is cool. I mean,
I've had mine read many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only done it once by Jackie. And
Zach, have you done it?
She's done mine a couple times. We actually listened to the one she did for you the last time at the bar. And, some of the biggest naysayers in the world are down there. Didn't believe in what she did.
Yeah.
But after listening to that, they were all believers.
Wow. Then you know what?
Cards after.
Yeah.
I still kind of am skeptical, but I believe in the fact, whether it's energy or not, I believe in the fact that the things that you say will make me think about things differently than I could get stuck in, right? For example, Laura, you're dealing with a lot of stress right now, and I think when she reads your cards later in the show, she might say some things that'll make you think of it from a different angle, and I think that that's important because you can't just. We're a victim of our own mind.
A problem if you keep the old pattern. You can't open a new door with an old key.
Kurt's looking at this pen like he's living in the fucking Matrix. I don't know, dude. You were just really into it. I feel like we got deep into something for
thought.
Nope, I'm just twirling this pen.
All right, cool.
Well, that's fantastic.
If you want to cleanse the room, let's do. Or would
away.
you prefer to do that before the card reading?
No, we can cleanse it now too, and cleanse our energy. And so I'm using Palo Santo, and I'm using Dragon Blood Sage.
Okay, and this is smudge stick, right? Is that what they're called? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
smudge sticks.
We started.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what they're for, but I think that the different things that are in smudge sticks are. It's okay, just burn the house down. Laura's already tried.
Laura got further than I did.
That's like a museum exhibit outside, by the way.
So actually, the thing too about sage is it does cleanse and negative energy. And say you guys have like an airborne sickness, cold, or you burn sage and it actually kills the bacteria in the air as well.
Okay. I'm
down. Yeah, because your throat's been a little bit scratchy.
I mean, I probably have COVID. You guys are all in trouble.
Well, I guess we're all quarantined here.
Oh, no.
Do you think we'll run out of things to talk about?
No, I think there can only be one Highlander. And we're going to have to fight it out.
There can only be one.
Yeah, we can. I think there's been a few video games, especially in VR lately, that have been like ghost hunting video games, and there's a thing in there called smudge stick, and they're like, oh, you have to use it for this certain type of ghost, So I think a lot of feeling energy and like ghost paranormal experiences and stuff have come kind of back into popularity recently. I think I would love to have a chance to go somewhere, which I think we do have a chance to go somewhere and spend the night that could potentially be haunted.
Oh, no.
Where's that?
Oh,
Where?
It's fairly close. You guys know what it is. You know what it is, but I'm not going to say. But
I do?
Would you specifically Laura and Kurt, would you guys be willing to spend a night in a haunted place?
Yep.
Oh, Kurt had no hesitation.
I have no problem with it either.
So Jackie's cleansing the room right now.
I mean, I'm just going to go to sleep. I mean, whatever happens, happens.
Kurt gets like,
I could get dicey real quick.
it's kind of making, this is weird, but it's kind of making me hungry.
The hotel?
No, the smudge stand. I don't know what it is. It kind of smells.
Barbecue.
You can take the headphones off and do the rest if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, we'll commentate.
Yeah.
Keep. So Jackie lit the smudge stick. I don't know what you have in your other hand.
Palo Santo.
Palo
Palo
Santo.
Santo.
Palo
Put it
Santo.
on your guys' forehead.
Okay. All right.
I don't
Kinda
need
like-
too much. I'm not worth saving.
We're
Feel free to
saving.
come all the way around. And what does this do? This is just part of the cleansing thing.
It's a blessing, and it blesses, and so we can have like an open, clear communication, even with the spirits, like
Okay.
on your third eye, and bless and cleanse the experience.
Okay. It smells awesome in here right now, though. I will say that the energy did kind of change. Kurt stopped looking at the pen. Zach seems more relaxed now for some reason. It's
I'm
great.
relaxed. I'm just. I was wondering if Kurt was going to turn into the white Lawrence Fishburne.
I was waiting.
You kinda, yeah.
Start
If he asks you if you want to take the red or the blue pill, just ignore him.
I don't know who that
Take
is.
them
So I'm
both.
gonna look it up.
The white Lawrence Fishburne? You're looking that up?
Yeah, exactly. Word for word.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
I don't think there's such a thing, but
I don't know. I still remember that time you dressed up as Rick from Pawn Stars. That was the best Halloween costume.
That was funny.
All right. Yeah, I can see it. Okay.
Yeah, you can't. So you just Googled Lawrence Fishburne.
I did.
Put it on the TV because I agree.
Let's see this.
This is like,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah.
Matrix, that's the Matrix.
dude, you need to trim your beard a little bit shorter.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was until I saw him. I'm like, okay, yeah, the Matrix.
Yeah,
That shows you how much I care about movies.
the Matrix is iconic.
Yeah, I know
It
it
is.
is. And
It
it, got,
changed the world.
and it only gets 4 tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. 4 Kurt tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good though. That's good.
That's not bad
You
because I
only
enjoy
throw
it.
it's not
4
bad.
at the show. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it only out of 5?
So Kurt
10.
tomatoes.
It's out of 10.
It's out of 10. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's lower than I thought then.
But Kurt's score is
It's
like
backwards.
it's a golf score because
Yeah.
Kurt's throwing tomatoes at the movie theater screen.
Okay,
so if
that
there's
makes
only
more
4 that
sense,
he
yeah.
throws, it's a better score.
That means he has 6 left.
Yeah. Then he's got to cook something with
Gosh,
it.
now I'm confused.
So is the room cleansed?
All
Good.
cleansed? Everybody's cleansed?
I feel better about the situation. Now we got to get into the tough questions.
Yeah.
Which,
What are they?
you know what they are? I need you to get into your bag.
My bag.
Do you have your
My
bag?
bag?
Is all of your stuff out of the bag here?
I have my cards,
much.
yep, all ready.
No, you have the stones in here. So when I was on my road trip, I went to
Yeah.
those stores, that same ones, and I was like, "There's stones," and I found a piece. It was like this weird rock that was in a cylindrical shape, but it had these carvings in it. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." They decorated it nice for whoever wants to buy these as a souvenir.
Right.
But to you, I didn't know this until just before the show. Those are wands.
These ones that I have, so they are wands. You can use them for cleansing. I use them in my Reiki practice.
And does it matter
They
what
kinda
type
point-
of stone it is, too?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But they all have a different vibration and frequency, and each and every stone also is unique.
Okay.
And
What's the purpose of them?
So these are selenite wands, and the one that I have on top is a bloodstone, and they enhance the frequency and vibration and cleanse the negative energy. So
would you ever
it
use them in a-
enhances what, like, even the blessing, and these things enhance that.
So would you ever use it it's not like a wand, I'm thinking like Harry Potter wand.
No, it's not like
No.
Harry Potter, and real magic definitely isn't like that. What it is energy manipulation and being able to, because you are energy, control your chi, your prana, which is life force energy. Knowing yourself more, trusting your intuition. Everybody is capable, but everybody has a different link to it.
Yeah.
And a different form of connecting is completely unique, but it's everybody's right to be able to work with these energies.
So let me ask you this question. You've been practicing this for a while.
Yes.
Do you want to say how many years? You don't have to.
So when I was 19, I started getting into alchemy.
Okay.
And then I started studying more symbology, and then I started studying different religions, ancient history, started getting, in this rabbit hole in my own mind.
So how long have you read cards for people and
So I started reading cards probably when I was about maybe even 15.
Okay. So a long time. My question is, as we get closer to the present, have you noticed that people's energies have changed?
No, it's not necessarily people's. I'm my energy definitely has changed. Yeah. My understanding on what I'm doing definitely has changed. It's like you're growing up and learning more, just like being a child. And, it's like, oh, well, I graduated to this point. That's funny that I believed this at one point, but it's a constant learning experience, and you can always learn something more. As soon as you stop learning, you start dying.
Is there a common theme of when you've read people's cards or the questions they ask you that people are worried about all the time? Is it money? Is it family members? Is it
relationships? But those are the things people are always fully focused on and worried about. But when I do cards too, even when you're directing that energy, because also it's you have all these other things. You think that's the main idea that you're worried about and stuff. It doesn't always just pull that up. It will start going into a different category of something else that also does link to the main problem that you're focusing on. But it's not going to be fixed because that problem's linked to it because you're avoiding all these other things.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Do you think somebody's attitude and the way that they act can determine their energy? Or is it more about the energy dictates what you do?
No. So everybody it's free will. So you dictate the energy. And then part of becoming somebody who, and you can use, I said, it's duality. You can use the same energy and cause great harm. Yeah. The same energy that you use to help people can cause death. It's how you use it, and it's where you're directing that energy. So, and each and every individual, and as co-creators, we're all coming to a center point where it has to match up almost to everybody's idea of their reality, because you also can't change what the other person is doing. That's the catch here in life. Yeah. So we all have free will. We're all the creators. We're all doing things, but somebody else could stop your force because they had a greater will and put up a challenge that you back down to or decided not to go against.
So if somebody was struggling with that kind of thing, they're I want to do these things, but there's just a barrier there. They don't know what it is. A service that you provide would help them with that. Yeah. Maybe cleansing and cleaning up kind of their energy in their mind.
Go into the chakras and part of it though too, healing is a very destructive process. It is not all love and light and happiness. You have to destroy these things that you held on and pushed away. You have to bring them to the surface, deal with it, let it destroy you, and then rise from your ashes like a phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that's a great time to take a break.
Does that mean I'm going to be a phoenix soon?
You are a phoenix.
I felt like that was you should ask that with more confidence. Ask again. You should be like you're at a con. Am I going to be a phoenix?
Am I going to be a phoenix?
Baby, you're already on fire.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this break. And we're back. Weekly InSalt episode 287 with back. Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You're about to get that mic closer to you a little bit. Or just pull it closer. We'll
she got too much shit over here.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That never happened. It's like it never happened.
Here, let's move this.
One thing we haven't done in a minute is the chip challenge. And it's not, we call it a chip challenge, but it's not really. Kurt and I went to Asian stores around the valley, Salt Lake Valley, and we bought all of the craziest chips that we can think of. We're doing competition to see who can guess the flavor. So I've got 2 chips here.
All right.
Each take one, pass it around. Kurt and Laura, you guys are at disadvantage today because Zach and Jackie are here. So
do their votes count as one each?
I think we count them as one each.
Oh, that sucks because I'm not winning.
So the score.
What's the score?
You're also a Mets fan.
Oh,
So, I mean,
I
that's,
am.
you're not winning at all.
I know.
Really, just want half
Thanks
of this
for
one. This is
reminding
huge
me,
shit,
Zach.
dude.
Well, I'm sorry.
Number 1.
So
Yeah, this is
the
number
current
1.
score right now, the guests have 3. Laura has 3.
Yeah.
So you're not
Tied with
losing.
guests.
Oh, okay.
I, on the other hand, have 7.
Yeah, because he's fucking cheating.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's cheating.
Yeah, I am. But I do expect to lose points on this
Feel
round.
free to taste it and smell it. Just don't chew like right in the microphone unless I'm sure there's somebody out there that's ASMR. Here, I'll take that from you. Oh yeah, get her the garbage can if you have to spit. Do you have to spit it out?
No, I was trying to be quiet in the microphone.
I thought you were trying to spit it out. I'm like, oh shit,
It's
is it
not
that
very
bad?
good though either.
No, it isn't. This particular chip is from Taiwan. The flavor they're trying to mimic comes from the sea.
Fish sauce.
Yeah. No, it tastes like seaweed.
Is that your answer, seaweed?
Seaweed.
Fish sauce.
Fish sauce for Jackie. Zach?
While Zach's thinking.
Maybe like octopus ink.
Okay.
Oh.
Squid ink, I
close.
guess.
I was going to do like barbecued octopus.
Barbecued octopus. What'd you say, Zach?
Like squid ink.
None of you
Or is
guys.
it
You guys are in the
calamari?
same area, all
Yeah.
too close. I need you to be more specific.
I mean, like the fish sauce.
I'll say that
it
it-
bottle.
Yeah. So fish sauce isn't the flavor, but I'm sure that there probably is on the ingredient list.
Okay.
You're all kind of guessing the same thing. So think of other creatures in the sea.
Shrimp.
Urchin.
Urchin. Okay.
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
Maybe like a seahorse.
You know what? A seahorse would probably
Oh,
taste
man.
like that.
It's not a very good fish.
took
I
the
know that
best
for
one.
sure. And I'm trying to think on the lines of saltwater fish.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give it. Okay. I'm gonna give it to the guess. Yeah, it
What
was
was it?
crab.
Crab. Oh, gosh.
You
well,
got shrimp and seahorse, so at least you're kind of in the same area.
somewhere in between.
Is it just Zach
Urchin,
that
I
gets
guess,
it?
has a shell too.
It
but
does. I should give a point.
We'll give one to
too.
Laura too.
What
Thank
the
you.
fuck? So does
Thank
Zach
you.
get one?
2 for the guess, 1 for Laura.
Yeah.
What?
Yay!
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I mean, we got to make it a level playing ground, right?
That puts the guest at 5 and Laura at 4.
So this
take it.
one is from the sea as well. I'm not
no.
excited about this one. Oh, fuck. This is not
Oh,
good.
I'm not.
No, you are.
I'm scared now.
This one
'cause
also
other
has the
was
word
not
spicy in it. The last time that we had one that said spicy, it wasn't that
good.
spicy.
I'm taking
So.
a little piece. This last
Oh, this
chip
actually is
tastes
a-
like crap.
Less bad than I thought.
Yeah.
It
Less
kinda
bad
tastes-
than I thought.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like beef
Still not
bouillon.
good.
But it's obviously not beef bouillon, I'll tell you that much.
Are you sure?
Kurt, you have to answer first this round.
Hold on, give me a minute. I don't have the chip bag yet. There
Well, I
it
know.
is.
I'm just letting you know. Because I usually go counterclockwise.
You said this was
Yeah.
from the sea?
This is not good.
This.
What don't you like about it? You have to explain to the listener what you're tasting.
It tastes.
Oh my
it tastes
God.
like
This smells
muddy
like
water.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Chinese
Is this the
5
sand
spice
of
in
the
this.
sea?
It tastes like muddy water.
Tastes like muddy water.
This smells like.
There's
Smells like
no
what's her name?
flavor At first.
Kurt, you gotta quit making
Ooh,
this
we don't know her like you do.
Kurt, we gotta get your guess.
It is a little bit spicy
more.
though.
That's all you can taste, though. It's like weird. It
The
is.
one-
It's like eating sand.
The main flavor that I get from that is
Oh,
Chinese
oh.
5 spice. But
Okay.
it's from the sea. Don't say your guesses, Kurt. Has
I'm
to
gonna
go-
do like a grilled shrimp.
Okay. Z?
Oh, geez, that's horrible.
It's not that bad.
Oh, it is.
It's pretty bad.
It is bad.
It's not as spicy. Is it too
I
spicy?
wish it was spicier,
It's not that
so I couldn't taste the rest of the chip.
I know I'm wrong on this.
It's almost like a seaweed,
Okay. Like if
spicy seaweed.
like an animal though.
An animal?
Yeah, or a sea creature. No, it's not a seahorse either. I'll give you that.
Like a duckbill platypus.
Is that a sea creature?
More like
That's
a
like a
river
lake-
monster.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give it to you. Anyway.
Cutest monster ever.
Jackie, you have a guess?
Ocelot.
Yep, it's actually a wombat.
I don't know. It's like sand with pepper flakes. Like it's just. I was like, I'm gonna say sea sand with pepper flakes.
Is
I'm
that a
gonna
creature in the ocean? Sea sand?
No, but I'm like it is in the ocean though.
But
the
what's
algae,
something that
I
would
don't know.
swim in the ocean water? Just guess.
So it swims. Does it have fins?
I'm not gonna give any more than that.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing but like.
Maybe it's like barbecued starfish.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah,
as
I've
your
never
guess.
tried that one.
Yeah.
Shark fin.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna say spicy clam something.
Clams. Okay.
No.
Kurt, what was your answer?
But yeah, I could
like
see.
like a spicy grilled shrimp.
Grilled shrimp. It's spicy squid.
Oh,
But
I
so-
almost said squid.
See, that's you're overthinking
Damn
it. So
it.
who do you think gets the point? I don't think anybody gets points for that.
I don't think so too.
I mean,
But that
in
was a hard
reality,
one.
they were
That
trying
was
to
a really
mimic
hard
that
one.
flavor.
I
It
actually-
did taste like sand.
I
and
think I would
pepper.
give Zaka a point just for saying starfish. Did you say starfish? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You want
That's
to do that?
crazy. He's the only one. Zach was the only one coming up with the creative answers, except for you because you said sand.
with pepper flakes.
Yeah,
With
sand with,
with
red
the red
pepper
flakes.
Was it grainy when you were chewing on it?
6-4-7.
Yeah, it was a
So,
lot.
with me in the lead by 1.
All right, see, we
Laura
equalized.
trailing by 2, 3. Yeah, 3.
3 if you're doing the math right.
Yep. Had to think about it.
We don't do that around here.
We're not going to eat another chip, are we? Both of those were horrible.
We don't have many good options left.
I know.
Worst flavors ever.
Maybe you have like a churro challenge next time.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but what? So every
I
time
just
you
eat churros.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, yeah. Every time you get a different churro, you're like, it's still a churro.
It's a churro, but what is it covered in?
Cinnamon and sugar.
Then
Sand
sriracha
and
one
fucking
time,
pepper
sand and pepper flakes. Well, that wasn't a good churro.
So one question I had for you, Jackie. We've been talking about card reading, and do you have wash it down with some water or
This
something?
bad taste in
No,
my
it
mouth
is.
right now.
You made us eat some gross chips.
These were the easy ones. I can go get gross ones if you really want
those
to
are
get
really
gross
gross.
ones.
No, I never want to eat another chip again.
Laura, you're on the show every week, so
I
that
know.
means you have the worst to come.
Oh my.
You got
There's
this,
one in
Laura,
there
hang
that I'm
there.
like, I don't even want to taste that. But we've been talking a lot about energy. You read tarot cards. The plan is to read Laura's cards.
Yes.
At some point. But you mentioned something before the show, and you said that you read your own cards,
Yes.
and you were like, "I'm not really happy with that answer." So if you're not happy with it, but you're why don't you just read them again? I guess that's my question.
Because
is,
the outcome's the outcome, I guess. And it's not necessarily not being happy with the answer. It's that you don't want to accept it.
yeah. So, but you would never read them again, just to be like, well, if the cards.
I would
What
never
if you
say
double
never.
down and it's even worse the second time?
yeah.
Oh, there's
yeah,
sometimes
maybe
I threw down
maybe.
4 different decks, and I'm like, damn it, they're all the same. Fine, okay, I'll try to deal with this.
I'll accept it.
because acceptance, you know.
So that
yeah.
has happened though. You've been like, no, I'm gonna use this deck, and then the same thing has happened.
Yeah, and it's
then
the same,
thing
like,
has
and
happened.
it's worded
The same
differently.
message,
It's
Yeah.
the same
basically.
message.
Yeah.
And it's all, but it's different forms of the message. And that's why I like to intermix my card decks.
Yeah.
Because they do bring, some of them are more like a story, some of them are more simple, you know, and
Yeah.
intermixing them is intermixing the story. So it's not just like the one, it's all the different ways and paths and ways of thinking about this story, because each and every one of us
Yeah.
are a story with all those different paths.
Zach, when you had your cards read, how did you feel? Did you were you a skeptic beforehand, or
No,
did you have an open mind?
I always try and have an open mind. She read them several years ago, and then again in the last several months. But
Has it like opened your mind to like different ways of looking at things, or
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
for sure,
definitely caught you off guard at some point?
no, I'm pretty like
I tell him all kinds of crazy shit all the time. So, and he's just like, "Oh, what?"
You are gonna get robot legs.
Well, we can only hope.
One day.
So with that,
if anything comes up during the reading with her about the New York Mets,
oh yeah,
hold
that's
back.
That is
'cause
not
planting the
what's
seed.
We're gonna have to sandbag the floor in here.
So, are the Pirates going to win?
You know, it's
You
not that
you
kind of
ruined that.
perception.
There it
If
goes.
I knew that kind of stuff, I would be gambling. I'd be in Vegas, but like I would not be here. But it's not that kind of. I wish it was though.
I
like,
know, me too.
At least a part of it. God,
Kinda
can't
like
I
Back
have
to
it
the
just like
Future.
half the year? Like,
So I'll tell you what, Laura, if you're ready,
I am
and
ready.
Jackie, if you're ready,
Let's do this.
don't worry about how long it takes. Read Laura's cards, and then we'll let you guys do that until you're done. You know, if it takes,
If I
Like
tap
the
out,
energy.
can I tap out?
you can
at some
tap out.
point?
I can, and like if I'm just not picking up anything else, and it's
Or
kind
if
of
it's
going
too
in a circle,
uncomfortable.
and you don't have to.
don't share anything
elaborate,
that you,
like
Okay.
Wade did.
Yeah.
You just, to yourself.
Okay.
If it's uncomfortable, it's like, you don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to tell me. I need no validation. It's like, this is for you.
Okay.
And, nothing in this world is like 100%, I might be reading into it wrong. I get messages like very rapidly and quickly that also when I am trying to verbalize them sometimes that it's not the way it was pictured, I guess.
Okay.
So Kurt, I'm
let's
going to
do
ask you to
this.
take the timer off the TV because I don't want the timer to matter. And then I want you guys, Jackie, I want you to do a normal reading that you would with Laura. Is it okay if we interject a little bit? Or
No, that's fine.
okay. We'll just let you do your thing, and then it looks like you rubbed the ash off your forehead, though. I think
It goes away by itself. Like it eventually, like you're supposed to just like leave it there on your head until it goes away.
Do I have a good one? Mm-hmm. Does it look like Ash Wednesday?
Well, you looked at my face and said that. I know mine's pretty dark.
I'm not trying to be racist against it.
Well, no, but yours is a little lighter.
Oh, well, thank you for going easy on me. I appreciate that.
Is mine almost gone?
Yeah, yours is.
You've like
faded
wiped yours
away.
off.
You touched your face, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter if it comes off. It comes off, but don't do it intentionally.
No,
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah,
It's too late.
Kurt's got a
Did you
light
do it
one
in-
on.
No,
it.
What am
Yours
I
is
doing with
still
these?
shuffle them. Don't do nothing. Whatever you feel, and then just hand them back to me, and we'll start your read. We're going to start with the Moonology deck.
So Jackie handed Laura some cards, and
They're pretty
asked-
purple.
They are pretty purple.
I love purple.
She's supposed to shuffle them or do whatever. She doesn't have to
Whatever,
shuffle.
she doesn't
just
have to. She can
whatever she
touch them,
feels like
whatever.
at the moment. Yeah.
But just focus the energy of the things that you're trying to have answers to, overcome. Like, what is it? And and as soon as it feels ready, and that one's going to be the first one we read because it fell out. It fell out. And so you always, if it falls on the floor, if it falls anywhere, you still want to pick it up and read it. And it.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna use get the mic.
Okay. It's in reverse. And a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So what I'm picking up from this card and this energy is this is intense energy where you need to hold your ground and you need to stand up and battle and fight. And and there's no and. It's just you got to stand up, battle, fight. The climax is approaching, so this is gonna be something intense, but it's gonna end soon. So it's gonna be all kinds of whirlwind emotions, intense energy. You have to stand up and go to war and fight, but it's also not going to be like drag on. Like there's going to be a resolution very quick.
Okay.
Does that mean something to you?
It does.
With that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're using multiple decks.
I'm multiple decks, which everyone's called to me that I feel like, because they're, so some of them, like I said, are stories and some of them are like this, but to add on to it. And then I'll use my regular deck to add on for clarification questions.
Yeah. So Laura is getting the new deck. I'm assuming that you wanted to shuffle that and just do whatever
your
you
energy,
would. Yeah,
just whatever
like
you
do.
feel. Put your energy into it, and then open this pack and put your energy into that. And that one's it's a regular deck of cards, but I use it as a clarification.
Stop me if you feel like I'm leading, because I don't want the listener to be like, oh well, Wade's commentating this, so it affects the outcome.
Well, no, and then also since they can't
open them.
I'll help.
My
I don't know. Is that
broken.
like?
Oh yeah,
Can
that's right. Yeah, go ahead and open them.
Open those.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Your energy is needed in this situation. So, like, there's no wrong or right way to fully do anything. But yes, you want to always mindfulness and be respectful of the energy and everything you're bringing forth.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
And also, it's very greasy because the potato chips you just had. So I don't know if I can open it. Can I pass it to Kurt?
You can pass them to whoever.
Can I tell
Zach,
you I don't
would
want to
you-
use those cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you don't want to use those at all? Then we won't use these.
I honestly.
Is there any plan? Well, you know what?
Honestly, I couldn't get that. Like, I was trying, I couldn't get them open.
I couldn't either.
You know what? And
They were
feel
fighting
like,
against me.
Yeah. So these ones we're not going to use at all.
Okay.
Throw them in the trash. That's what we have to do.
So you're feeling very low and upset with yourself. You have like an ideal picture of the way that you think things should be and work out now. And this is almost like a test for you to be like, to open up to not everything is going to be organized and work out exactly to the T in the way you envisioned it. And sometimes, like, as much, and also though being your friend, like, I know, like, it's the control and you're losing control, but it's because you're not picking up the message. And this has happened to you multiple times, and this time it's happening to you differently because you're doing it alone and you're empowered and you have all these things going.
So
You're beating yourself up.
Yeah, there's a few cards out on the table. What cards are out on the table? Do you mind mentioning those? Or?
So these are just like a tarot deck, and I use them for like yes, no. They're kind of just pretty much a basic tarot deck. The last card I just pulled was a Knight of Swords.
Okay.
And so it correlates with this one, where being attacked in her headspace, and which is also swords, but these swords are flying at her. She needs to attack back. And
do you feel like you change your reading based on the fact that you know Lara at all?
No, but I feel like it does sometimes, where I like to try to be completely separate from that.
Yeah.
But then also that is something that's coming to me.
Yep.
And Laura, honestly, like with some of these things that I've been seeing, like she hasn't told me those things. It's just, it is what I feel about her too. Like I know like certain details that are going on, but that's not what this battle is. Like this the outside battle is happening because the inside battle she's having.
Yeah.
And it's also because she needs to learn from this experience. So I'm like, it's duality. You have your inside battle, you have your outside battle. So her inside battle is part of this outside battle. Sure. And releasing this energy of not being enough and of perfection when everything is just perfect the way it is. If you allow it, you need to fight. You've got that fire in you, but you also need to let go and just sometimes let things happen to fall into place, because you're missing out on opportunities because you're not allowing it to flow.
I think that's what my mom told me in my dream.
So it's making sense to you a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
Well,
Okay,
yeah. I
fair.
mean, I didn't say this, you're going to like what I say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. This is a test for you to be, like, this is the inner battle, and it's outside projecting to test you, because you have vowed to yourself and everything, but also you have gone the wrong way about it. And so this is the test. is because you have to let things lose control and then realize that it's not that it's gone. Like this, you have to just be like, okay, accept. Don't like fight yourself so hard inside when it goes wrong, because it's not your fault, because there is those outside sources. And at some points it is just, true detachment, like no connection to the outcome. Yes, you have this vision of what you want it to be, but that is where you're stuck on that outcome and you want it to be that way. True detachment, when you truly love and let life just flow, because it's going to, whether you fight it or not, is, well, I'd like it to be like this, but whatever the outcome is the outcome, and live in the moment.
What do you feel about that?
That's exactly what my mom told me in my dream too.
Stop giving so many shits.
Yeah.
You gotta this is that test. Like, you have to let it flow and let it flow. It's internal, and that's why it's like,
it's hard for a control freak, man.
Yeah. It is.
I'm not saying I'm a control freak.
Do you feel like you always need to be in control,
Absolutely.
though?
Yeah.
I am very prescribed about the things, where I'm going, what I want, what I'm going to do.
You're very independent.
Yes,
you do what you do, and you know that you're going to be okay doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But it destroys you when it doesn't go the way you envisioned.
Yeah, I'm pissed off.
You're attached to that idea, that dream, and it doesn't exist. All that exists right now is right now. Whatever happened in the past has already happened, and there's nothing you can do. And whatever happens in the future hasn't happened yet, and you're only making up stories in your mind that you're stressing about because it hasn't happened yet. And when you're set on an intention and it doesn't go your way, it absolutely destroys you, because you want it to be that thing you picture in your mind.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Great dialogue.
I was actually thinking about something. I had a flashback to my grandmother.
I could tell you were thinking.
Yeah, I was. And she used to always say, don't borrow trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a beautiful statement.
Mm-hmm. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And then your next card was yes. Fill your cup. Let it overflow. But if you're in so control that you aren't willing to just be like, I don't care if the water's overflowing from my cup, because you need it to stop at that point, it's not going to just flow. It's not, it stops. You got to let it flow. Let it happen. So yeah, this is like the thing that's mainly holding you back. That is your inner no, is passive, aggressive, scattered, inner conflict avoidance, tension, release. You need to compromise. You need to find teamwork and ask for help, and then there'll be harmony and solutions.
The way that Jackie looked at you when she said ask for help, it seemed like there was something there. Did you feel that too? Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means. I'm not leading into it. I don't know what that means.
Like, but she needs to, like, you put this weight on your shoulders, and but it's like you're fighting these battles alone, and you put this weight on your shoulders, and you don't want to express it to anyone or be open about it because you feel it to be a sign of weakness.
Yes.
And it's not.
Hey, Morpheus, what do you think about
this? Morpheus? What the fuck?
Well, there's a lot going on in my head right now.
I'm sure there is. I know. That's what I'm breaking it up with.
Yeah.
You've been listening, Kurt, the whole time. How do you? Because you've had your cards read before. How do you?
I have.
How do you feel about? Obviously, you don't have to give opinion on what's been read already, but like, does it resonate a little bit with you too?
Of course. I don't want to ruin this
No, I don't think you're getting it.
And I'm not going to criticize or anything like that, but I'm sitting here listening, and how do I not apply what you're saying to Laura? Because this is her reading, not anyone. But how do I not apply what you're saying to Laura to me?
Well, I guess if the shoe fits, wear it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
Great answer.
like,
All right.
Were you looking for like I think that's a great answer, and I think that.
well, because there's all kinds of things in each other's life we identify with, and that's what brings us together in different experiences, so we can help each other work through these things.
And my thing is I'm listening and to Laura's responses, and I can see how it applies to her, but at the same time, like I said, I can see how it applies to me as well. So it to me it sounds like whatever you're saying to Laura
Could be like generic.
Generalized.
is generalized.
See, but like what I'm saying to her, I know in like deeper personal ways apply to me that I don't express outwardly like ever, you know, and that's where it goes again with like the energy, and the people that come across your path and that are in your life are like-minded. Even there's things you have in common that you don't talk about that just brought you together, and it's stuff like that because we're all fighting in an internal battle in different scenarios and ways and stories.
And that's what I'm comparing to. So when you say that you're battling, you look at Laura and say you're battling something, and Laura thinks, yes, I am.
Oh,
because
no, I know I am.
Whatever it is that you're battling, that's you. You know, within
I'm battling multiple things.
Sure. That's what's in your mind.
Multiple things,
Yeah.
but I did elaborate on that. What she's battling is the inner work of not being able to let go and have so much control.
Right.
And so it's projecting outwardly because, and that like her personally, it's projecting outwardly. And she does not like it's closed off there because it's like a form of weakness, you know. So I'm like, that is more personal to her because like my form, like I identify with that too. Like I feel ways, you know, but it's not that same way.
Yeah, and I understand also at the same time we don't want to get too much personal information out there. We don't want to get into details. But that's a good question because I think that's important to recognize is that what you're saying can apply to anybody listening,
multiple people.
If you're listening and you're thinking, oh shit, that kind of does seem like something I need to work on. Why is that a bad thing, right? It's making you think about it. It's making you observe something differently.
You end up in the right place at the right moment because you needed to hear it too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you identify with it, then you needed to hear that somewhere too.
Yeah.
Even though this is a personalized reason, or you know, it's like to her, we're doing it live, there's other people around, and so if you hear it and something resonates, that message is also for you.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot more personal.
And that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Is it also for me, or is it specific?
It is
Laura?
also for you, because if you're here and you're witnessing it and it made you feel a way or trigger something in your mind, that message also came through this for you as well.
And if you were to do a reading one-on-one, it's going to be different and way more personal than it would be here.
Yes,
right?
because
Absolutely.
right now we have different fluctuating energies, and so it's a, you know, this is more, I guess, to be here at this time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Understood.
Yeah, well, like I will just say for me, it's like I wish it was a more one-on-one kind of a reading, because there's some things
Yeah,
that have surfaced in this that
you'd
I
want to
wasn't
be elaborated
thinking
on.
were a problem.
And I apologize if I ruined anything for
No.
you, Laura.
No. There's some things that surface that I didn't realize I was focusing on, completely unrelated.
It's got you
We'll
thinking.
see, and then let's some point, like, we won't talk about anything. Let's do a personal one for you in the
Okay.
future.
Let's not do that
Yeah,
on the air by
no,
any
I
means.
can't.
Now I feel like I stole all the thunder.
No, you
No,
didn't.
no.
That was a great thing to bring up. I feel like
No, it
because-
is because there is a lot of skeptics and different views and opinions, and that is a great thing to bring up, because it is.
I think that's like the main skeptic point, right? Is
Yeah.
you generalize, right?
Yeah.
You make it about anybody. Even if that is the case, is that a bad thing? Did it make you think about something differently? Did it make you self-reflect and think about yourself in a different way? If it did, then who gives a shit if it's
Well, yeah,
generalization?
and out of all the billion billions of possibilities that could have happened throughout your day. Like you pick up a paper and it's the horoscopes and you just happen to read it and it resonated, or it's the synchronicities and what brought you up to the, even just that random moment. You heard it, you were there, and you were a witness. And if it made you trigger something, then it also, that message is meant for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, please continue.
Bring love into the situation. New moon, Aquarius. So after all the battles, you need to bring back the softer side of you, the nurturing, loving side that you've like buried in there by, I don't, it's bitter's the wrong word, but you like closed it off because you didn't want to like, and I don't want to say it this way either, but it was almost like you didn't want to be soft is how you seen yourself. Nobody said it to you or anything, but like you're doing that to yourself. You need to let that side back. You need to bring it back. Have
Laura's
faith in
nodding
your
at me.
dreams.
Oh, shit.
What was that one?
Have faith in your dreams.
Oh my God.
So to the listeners,
Oh my goodness.
what Jackie has been doing is just drawing cards from a deck that Laura shuffled, right? It's not like you've stacked the deck of cards that you're pulling these cards out to lead her into anything. You already mentioned a dream thing, and that card just came up.
And that is like, have faith in your dreams. Fight that battle. Do it with pride, but let yourself be okay with yourself. Like,
That's crazy that card just came out.
yeah.
You doing okay? Yeah.
The dragonfly. So yeah, spirits and ancestors are with you, and they are, when you're willing to receive the message, you'll receive it.
Can I
They're
ask you
just
what you're
pushing
feeling
you.
right now, Laura?
You're really emotional.
That's okay. Yeah.
And it is like, it's an air sign. Like you got to let yourself go, but not like, not in a crappy way or anything, but like quit holding so much back and just let it go. Breathe that life back into yourself.
Is there a card for don't stop being a tough little Italian?
I don't know. I feel like all these cards were kind of leaning towards that way.
Yeah.
That's a crazy progression, though. And that's why I want to make it clear that it's not like the deck was stacked.
Completely random.
And it's
Totally,
random. And
you were the one that shuffled them, you
did,
cut
yeah.
them, you did all of that, and here we are. I don't know.
That was.
Seeing that, like, as a skeptic, I'm like,
Thanks, Mom.
that's some crazy energy shit.
well, and that's what it is. Like it.
Like, in my mind, I don't want to
brings-
believe it. I don't want to be like, that just happened in front of me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm like,
And this is
there's
like
no way that was just chance, right?
Well, it's three completely different decks.
It
but
is,
she even
yeah.
she threw one of the decks.
Yeah,
after she
3
won.
decks.
yeah.
And
I
you
I-
choose to get. Yeah.
I felt
She
negative
threw this one
energy on that
completely
day.
away.
Because
I can
also-
open the deck. You can open the deck. It could have been totally different if we
was-
opened that deck.
We were forced
After
to do
this
deck.
read, this read, like I understand why that deck didn't open, because this is what you were meant. This confirmation of
tried.
the
Zach just opened the
dragonfly.
deck and
Are
it
you
opened fine for
kidding?
him. It didn't open for me.
Well, it was meant
I
to be.
I
like
could
it
not
was.
get that deck
It
open.
was.
How long are your fingernails? Is it fingernail things?
I don't think he has.
No,
any.
yeah. Yours are like mine. I don't have any either. And it just opened easy for you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it must. I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. And this is the second time that you've been here, Jackie.
Yes.
And when you read my cards, I was like, I don't know. People were like, well, what did she just like tell you what you want to hear? I'm like, no,
No.
I don't like shit.
She
random
told me nothing I want to
We
hear.
just did the circle.
Random
full
shit
circle.
like that doesn't happen.
We did the full circle
Yeah.
for me.
Do you want to continue, or do you think that you're good?
I think I got my answer.
Yeah.
I feel like this is actually a good ending point because after that card and pulling a dragonfly,
That's
like that is the message. This is the message that you needed to hear, and now you know that message and work on it. And I feel like this is a perfect ending point, and I bless you on your journey, and you're gonna make it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be hard first.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was
I love
insane. You got to admit that there's some
goosebumps.
there's something
goosebumps.
else in that energy, right? You did like 3 decks, and that
Three
weird.
3 decks, and I personally chose to throw one out
Yeah,
Yep.
because it did not.
either
And I
you're
would
a
always
crazy
agree
female
with that.
I
version
tried.
of David Blaine, or
literally
like there's
tried to open that deck.
yeah. I did too.
I
was
did
like, I'm
too.
not gonna sit here and try.
I did as well, and I feel like that was meant to be because this was a beautiful message, and it all played together perfectly with the cards that were used.
I don't know what to think about that. I think that somebody's cell phone is still on. I can hear the click.
clicking,
Could you hear it?
yeah.
Maybe it's that weird 5G signal coming
Yeah,
in.
maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I know that for sure, 100%. And I know the listeners can't see that. But there
Yeah.
was no foul play
No.
that I'm aware of, unless you two
No.
planned this like days before.
Absolutely not. There's no way.
Yeah, you guys are all too fucking stressed out for that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Z?
Oh, I told you I was a believer in it before, but
Yeah.
this just strengthened my feelings towards it.
Is Kurt?
It was intense.
That was weird, huh?
Yeah.
Did it feel different in the room?
Yes.
It
Yeah.
kind of did.
I feel a little creepy. I feel like
That's how
I'll bless the room again. Let's not feel.
that's how I
creepy.
felt
Let's
after
look
my
good.
reading, though, is
Yeah.
because the reading for you is a very personal thing that you're getting into, and anybody listening, I'm sure you can relate to that, like Kurt was saying, but it's not affecting them on the level, Laura, that you've been affected on. I mean, you were in tears.
I was in
Yeah.
tears. Yeah, there's a specific card that really hit it home for
Yeah.
me. So
Well, and I also appreciate you guys though for putting yourself out there, like pretty much naked, for something like that, because I believe like true card readings and stuff is like something that's very personal, and even though like not elaborating or anything, but what I'm saying about things, and then you have to, whoever's listening, the perception of how they're going to take it. They don't know you or your life or whatever. And it's a very raw thing to do for multiple people to hear.
Yeah, and I think in a lot of ways, the cards force you to talk about things that people don't really want to talk about a lot of the times. And it's not your choice. It's the random situation the cards are in. Like, we didn't set that up. That's
Dude,
crazy to me. And anybody can come get a reading from you doing this, right?
Yes.
How do they reach out to you?
Well, if they could contact through your site
through us,
and
yeah, they
then
can-
just send them my information. I do paid readings.
Yep. TheWeeklyInsult.com or on Instagram at TheWeeklyInsult, TikTok at TheWeeklyInsult. If you want a reading from Jackie, she'd be more than happy to do it.
contact.
love
And
to.
it'll be
Weekly
different
Insult.
than just listening to it. Both times that you've been here,
Dude,
it's been weird.
I have
It's-
goosebumps
yeah,
still.
it's been a little weird for
I
me.
really do have goosebumps. So
And like you said, like I just don't think I have a great antenna on my energy. I'm like, energy, I don't give a shit.
You push it away. That's why
I
you
do,
don't,
yeah.
you don't want to play with it. You're like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, because you know
know.
why? Feeling shit sucks.
It's there, but you use it like
Yeah.
minimally.
Yeah, and you're somebody who's very in tune with that.
Yeah.
And you can help make the rest of us in tune with that based on what you do. Which I think
Yeah,
is
and even if
is
somebody
super-
doesn't want to be in tune, though, like I want people to heal, have a better understanding, and a better understanding of all the possibilities that there actually are that haven't been explored.
Yeah. I think that's a great way to put it. Mm-hmm. Do you have any more questions, Laura?
No.
You just absorbing?
I'm just I'm emotional right now. So.
All right.
Sorry.
She almost looks relieved a little bit too, though.
Yeah, I think you have a little. You look like you have a little more clarity.
She knows the message now.
Yeah, I got the message. It was pretty damn clear.
Yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, how many times you got to tell you?
How many times are you going to tell me that?
I'd be like, just draw one more card, but I don't know if we want to go down that road.
No, I don't think we need another one. Absolutely didn't.
Well, if you want a reading from Jackie, you know how to reach out to her. Reach out to us. You can go back in the episode to hear the ways to do that. If you're just better at typing emails, contact or booking at theweeklyInsult.com.
Yeah.
We'll get there too. It won't go to me. It'll go to the whole team. So you know that it'll be read. But thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you for having me again.
On the show. Thank you.
I was just along for the ride today.
Jackie, thank you.
Kurt Morpheus for what you've done. I mean, you really set the tone for the at least you didn't offer us a red or blue pill. I think that would have been
right.
Chips ever.
Oh yeah, but maybe
that's what the
the
chips
one
were.
or two chip. Maybe the chips were the thing.
No, those chips.
We got to add this.
Horrible, man.
Chips ever.
They sucked.
Thank you all for listening. This has been your weekly insult.
All right, that was creepy.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. That was very weird.
Thanks, Z.
That was, well, I guess we did like half-ass.